Wake that ass up.
Get up and get turned up with DeDe in the morning.
We get wild up here.
Man, did you guys hear what's happening with Cardi B? This woman right here is the number one female hip-hop artist on the planet. Mm-hmm. And the girl's having money problems. Did you hear?
Ooh.
Oh, I got to break it down for you.
Drop it like it's hot.
Hot topic.
Powered by 1-800-TRUCK-WRECK.
First, though, Louisville police are looking for a man who robbed a massage therapist after she refused to give him a happy ending.
What in the hell?
A filthy man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the story.
He got mad.
So he asked.
I'm mad.
She refused. She said, look, I'll give you a refund. He put his clothes back on. Then he threatened her with a pistol and handcuffs and said, I'm the police. So if you don't do what I say, then you're going to end up going to jail. So obviously she didn't. He took $300 from her and burnt out. So
This guy's such an amateur. You don't demand a happy ending. You negotiate.
Oh, do you really?
Mike.
So let's talk about it.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
Huh?
You negotiate? How do you negotiate?
Sometimes you just negotiate a happy ending.
Mike.
How do you negotiate? Like, what do you say?
Like you have a conversation, you know, they get to a certain point, and you're just like, well, I mean, you can go further if you want. I mean, it's not.
That's what you say?
Yeah, it's not like I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying if you would like to.
So you really don't know up front. It's not like it's on the menu. Like, you know.
It's on the menu.
Okay, there's some places up front.
It's on the menu?
Yeah, it's basically that's the only thing on the menu. Like,
really?
Yeah.
So sometimes you go in and that's all they do?
Well, basically, I mean, you can do the fake massage if you want, but you're there to roll over on your back.
How many times have you done that?
Who keeps count?
Are you serious?
How much does something like that
I mean,
cost?
especially when you're a comedian on tour, like you ask the promoter, you'll go like,
can I go get a massage?
Where can I get when you go like the massage?
But how much does something like that cost?
About
Seriously.
$60.
What? Are you kidding me right now?
Gary, you've
It's
done
like
it too?
$60, and it varies when you're out of town because they know you're out of town.
Why, Gary?
What's the next story?
No, Gary, so how do you negotiate? Like, how do you basically let them know?
I start out on my stomach, and when I roll over, I was like, hey, I just look at
Wait,
it.
excuse me, wait, what?
He makes eye contact.
Wait. Let me do this again. Let me hear this again. You roll over from your stomach,
When she says time to roll over, I roll over.
And then
With-
what?
With pride.
Yeah.
and then you
God.
say what? You look at her, you give her the look?
I've never communicated. I just look.
Okay, wait, so do you give her...
So look at me right now. If I go,
Okay.
huh? Huh?
Wait, and you look down at you nod, and I go, and then what if I go,
Yeah.
Hey.
And then what else happens next?
Then it's showtime. It's showtime after that.
So even if there's a language barrier, you can still...
There's always a language.
So when
barrier.
really?
Yeah, there's always and there's sign language.
Yeah.
Really? You point,
She does. She go.
Yeah.
she does that. Okay, so wait.
Next story, y'all. Next story.
No,
No,
Okay.
this
What do you
is
wanna
really
know?
interesting.
And then
I
you
didn't
said
know.
it's showtime. Does she all of a sudden go?
No, she actually, the last time she did the Mr. Miyagi, if you ever seen the Karate Kid, where she puts her hands together like she's about to, when Mr. Miyagi healed him, she hit me with the,
She warms
clapped
up her
her hands,
hands.
She warmed him. I had butterflies in my stomach. I said,
When you saw her smacking my
yeah, I couldn't believe the 70-year-old had this in her.
Oh, my God. So hold on. These
Let me
women are
go.
older?
Let's go.
Sometimes they're super, but sometimes
I
they're,
took mine to Micasinas after.
Let me move on, everybody. Hey, let's talk about Cardi B. Here's the deal, everybody. I'm moving on. It's good.
No,
did
you
it.
asked.
I didn't. Well, not really. No.
Stop making the sound. Seriously. No, that's gross.
Oh my God. Me and my husband talk like that at night. And eventually the dog starts looking at it.
dog comes in. What are you guys doing?
The dog starts warming up his paws.
Oh, my gosh. Really, Gary?
All right, I'm moving on. Cardi B. Cardi B's having money problems already.
I'm shocked.
Man, everybody was hitting her up talking about she was living above her means. And she's just getting started and how she's going to end up broke and all this other kind of stuff. And here's what she said.
I hate when celebrities do something very extravagant, buy something very luxurious. There's people in the comments like, you could have donated that, or we going backwards, you could have done this and that with your money. And it's like, who are you to tell people what to do with their hard work money? First of all, do you know that celebrities, the IRS, out of every check that you make, they automatically take 45% of your check. That means in order to spend $500,000, you gotta make at least $1 million. Then like an artist like me and a lot of rappers that I know, they literally take care of their whole family. And that's not tax deductible because the IRS don't consider that a business. On top of that, being an artist, looking good for y'all, doing all this extra to please y'all, that costs money. Like me, for example, my bills is like, I'll say about $300,000, $250,000 every single month. And I try to put it cheaper, and it's not.
Okay.
I'll tell you what is tax reductible.
It's always just say reductible.
It's deductible.
But, well, reductible in her language, if you donate to charities, you can actually write that reductible off.
Shut up.
I love the fact she's like, we trying to look good for y'all. I'm doing this for you. No, you're not.
It's like, don't blame this on us.
By the way, she says that she's paying for the publicist, the stylist, a makeup artist, security, babysitter, business manager. She has a baby, so she has to fly private jet. Let's see. She said rent is about $30,000 a month. She got to pay for drivers, and that's not including rent and mortgages of homes in New York and Atlanta and her investment properties.
Well, at least she has investment properties.
That's what I like, too.
Yes, she's a business
That her
woman.
family's living in.
And then finally, Jussie Smollett.
Oh, Lord.
He's back in the news today, everybody, because they said he is back in Chicago right now, but police are looking for the people that sold the rope to the two men that
Girl,
jumped
shut
him.
up.
I swear to God.
So they check at every Home Depot and Lowe's?
Yeah, they're checking their surveillance footage and trying to figure out who went and bought rope in the last couple of days or weeks.
And can you imagine?
Now,
why are they so preoccupied with this?
Because they want to prove that he either is lying, I think. I told you guys, somebody hit me up and they said you got to go to something called the G Listed on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, man.
And this is what they said. The coverage regarding Jussie Smollett's anti-black LGBTQ attack, they said, here's a video exposing him with questions because of information that came from somebody in his camp.
There's a video?
They said there's somebody asking these questions. And here's what this thing says, everybody. It said one of his people who was with him in Chicago is talking and said that the reason Jussie went to the police and refused to turn over his phone and everything else was because he was robbed because he had went on a date, they said.
Oh.
Where he went to that massage parlor?
Yeah, really.
He should. All he had to do was negotiate.
They said he didn't want a body exam to prove broken ribs because he was on some sort of street drug and was on an alleged Grindr hookup. They said it's a gay app for sex hookups.
Oh.
And he lost his expensive jewelry, allegedly. And they go on and on to talk about how he needed a police report for insurance purposes. And they said, according to The Rat, his manager allegedly put him up to this. The Rat said from the jump that Jussie was never physically assaulted, and the MAGA racist homophobic stuff and the rope was a desperate idea that came from his manager.
Jussie was high, but his manager was higher.
Yeah, that was such a dumb story.
Like when he made that story up, Jussie was on some good stuff. This guy was on pure.
Man, what is going to happen?
Yeah, because why didn't he just say he got jumped? You went to Bleach, you went to Nooses, you went to MAGA hat.
Yeah, he got bit in the face.
Bit on the I mean,
how about you just take the L on the jewelry and keep it moving?
keep it pushing.
Because he had to go home, like you guys said, to his partner.
Where your jewelry at?
And the partner's like, why were you on Grindr hooking up? People, allegedly all this went down. Somebody sent it to me. Go check out the G Listed.
Wake that ass up. Get up and get turned up with DD in the morning.
We get wild, bitch.